Hello, my name is Gabriel Chavez, and I decided to do my project on the Austrian-born German-American film director Friedrich Christian Anton Fritz Lang. Lang was originally from the city of Vienna, which is the capital of present-day Austria. He was born to a religious couple and supported the idea of religion being a gateway to learning ethics, though he did consider himself to be an atheist. I mentioned this because he has several Catholic-influenced themes in his films. He was a writer for his first film, Die Beicht, which was released in 1916. His first directorial film, Hebelblut, would be released in 1919. Sadly, it was considered the first of Lang's lost films. Other lost films include Master of Love, which was the same year that was released as the other lost film and was his first acting role. The Dance of Death, which was also released in 1919. Honestly, his only lost films came out in 1919, which was a year following the conclusion of World War I. Speaking about World War I, when he was 24 years old, he was drafted to serve in the Austrian army and fought in both Russia and Romania. It's because of his service he lost his sense of sight in his right eye, causing him to sport his stylish eye patch. 1919 and 1920 also saw the birth of Lang's two-parter movie, The Spiders. Part 1 was titled The Golden Sea, while the second one was titled The Diamond Ship. Both films were of the serial adventure genre, starring Karl de Vogt. 1919 also saw the release of Lang's best movie, Harakiri, which is mainly based off of Japanese culture. By this time, Lang was married to his first wife, Lisa Rosenthal, until her death in 1921. A year later saw the release of Lang's film, The Indian Tomb, which would not be the only one of Lang's films to bear this title. 1922 also saw the release of another two-parter for Lang, which was titled Dr. Mabuse, The Gambler. In 1927, we saw the release of the film Metropolis, which is considered the pioneer of sci-fi themed films. The only downside of this film was that it was considered to have a communist message hidden in it. But that shouldn't stop anyone from watching the classic film, though. This film also happened to be based off of a book written by Lang's second wife, Thea von Harbou. The movie, simply titled M, would be the last of Lang's films before Nazism began to dominate the German film industry, which was also considered his worst film yet. Though the Nazis took over Germany, Fritz himself was not at all a Nazi supporter, mainly due to his Jewish heritage. He also happened to divorce his wife of 11 years, Thea von Harboe, mainly because she was a Nazi supporter, which kind of screwed her over when she was sent to a British prison camp in the aftermath of World War II. Though this did not stop Lang from making at least one more movie based off of her novels. This was also the same year that Lang fled to America, the year being 1933. His last movie before World War II started came out in 1938 and was called You and Me, a crime noir.
Du hast aber einen schönen Ball.
Aus bestimmten Anzeichen geht hervor, dass auch dieser neue Mord von demselben gespenstischen Unhold begangen wurde, dem bereits 8 Kinder unserer Stadt zum Opfer gefallen sind. Wer ist der Mörder? Wie sieht er aus? Wo verbirgt er sich? Niemand kennt ihn. Und doch ist er mitten unter uns.
Jeden Tag erweitern wir das Fahndungsgebiet. Vielleicht doch noch irgendetwas Verwendbares zu finden, das uns der Lösung des Problems näher bringt.
Im ganzen Schriftbild liegt ein schwer erweisbarer, aber intensiv fühlbarer Zug von Wahnsinn.
Also hört mal, der Block ist doch umstellt. Wenn er überhaupt noch mal nach Hause kommt, muss er uns ja in die Finger laufen.
Ein Außenseiter verdirbt uns das Geschäft und begibt die Maßnahmen der Polizei, die täglichen planmäßigen Razzien zur Ergreifung des Kindermörders, hindern unsere Tätigkeit in einem kaum mehr ertragbaren Maße. Wir müssen ihn fangen. Wir selber.
During the course of World War II itself, Fritz Lang would go to direct 7 different movies, the first film being a western titled The Return of Frank James, released in 1940, which was a year and a half before the United States entered World War II. His final film that he directed during World War II was another noir film called The Woman in the Window, released in 1944. Lang originated for it to have a suicide ending, but Lang had to change it to a dream ending, mainly due to the censorship of some films during the era.
I have no designs on you, and one drink is all I care for.
In the district attorney's office, we see what happens to middle-aged men who try to act like coats. It's an idle flirtation, one drink too many.
I was warned against the siren call of adventure. I should never have stopped to talk with you.
You mean you're afraid of me?
Mr. Mazard was a very rich man, and you can't tell me you didn't get something off him. You'll be a lot better off dealing with me than you would with the homicide squad.
There are only 3 ways to deal with a blackmailer. You can pay him and pay him and pay him until you're penniless. Or you can kill him. are you?
Franco, listen.
I told you if you ever... Stop that, you fool. Listen to me.
His first film following the end of World War II was called Scarlet Street, which was released 3 months and 26 days after the war ended in 1945. He went on to direct 14 more films in his career till 1960. But, to go back a bit, Lang's career with Hollywood started in 1936 with the film Fury, an American drama.
Hello, Damon.
Hello there. Hello. Well, this is the first time I've ever agreed with you, Janeway.
Thank you. I find the painter even more fascinating than her painting.
What's she like? Mona Lisa without the smile.
Something hidden. Sometimes it seems as if she were two people.
It's like falling in love, I guess. You know, first you see someone and it keeps growing and you really can't think of anyone else.
That's interesting.
Well, the way I look at things, that's all art is. Every painting, if it's any good, is a love affair.
I never heard anyone talk like that before.
Oh, well, there aren't many people you can talk to this way. So you keep it to yourself. You walk around with everything bottled up.
Yeah, that's right. That's the way it is with me, too.
You gotta have money to make money. Capital. And the boys at the Acme garage have cut me in on a half interest if I can put up the money.
How much do they want?
Oh, 3,000 or 4,000.
Yikes!
Well, for cat's sake, I'm not talking about chicken feed. Use your imagination. You get an interest in a business like that, that's a cinch to squeeze out your partners. Then you're on easy street.
Jeepers, the pipe dreams you have.
Now, what about the letter?
Oh, I can get 50 or 100 perhaps, but I can't get the kind of money you're talking about. I wouldn't know how. Johnny?
How long does it take you to paint a picture?
Sometimes a day, sometimes a year. You can't tell. It has to grow.
Of course.
It's a matter of feeling. You know how feeling grows? It's like falling in love, I guess.
That's a very good description.
The way I look at it, every painting, if it's any good, is a love affair. Oh, you idiot! How can a man be so dumb?
Kitty.
I wanted to laugh in your face ever since I first met you. You're old and ugly, and I'm sick of you. Sick, sick, sick!
Kitty, for heaven's sake.
You killed Johnny? I'd like to see you try. Why, he'd break every bone in your body. He's a man. You want to marry me? You? Get out of here! Get out!
Now back to present day. The last film that Fritz Lang ever made before the year 1960 was a remake of his previous film, The Indian Tomb, in 1959, which not only was a remake of another one of his films, it was also the last film to be based off of the novel of Fritz's ex-wife. But if you want to get technical about things, the last film that Fritz Lang ever made by 1960 was a thriller film called The Thousand Eyes of Dr. Mabuse.
He's all, he knows all. But who is Dr. Mabuse?
I can see him now. Mabuse. Dr. Mabuse.
But the bedroom is all that you care about. Sex is love, as far as you're concerned.
You're not a man, you're an animal.
Spine-tingling excitement. He isn't here, he isn't there. He kills and kills without excuse. The fiendish and diabolical Dr. Mabuse.
In his overall career, Fritz Lang made about 59 movies between his first film and his last one before 1960, and 10 of those movies alone were made in 1919, the year after World War I ended. I thank you for watching this video and hope you have a great day and go... you get the point.